class, yes. So the ECCE shall be delivered through a significantly expanded and strengthened system of early childhood education in institutions consisting of stand 1 Anganwadis co-located with the primary school, and the pre-primary covering at least age 5 to 6 years co-located with existing primary schools. So is for the teachers, ECCE to be structured through foundational education within 3 years of preschool, Anganwadi, that is 3 to 6 years, and 2 years of class 1 and 2, that is ages 6 to 8 years, that will be included. And for the parents, the new structure giving prime importance to 5 years of the foundational education will ensure children develop good foundational literacy and numeracy skills and are fully prepared for primary school. And on completion of education up to the age of 5 in Anganwadi, every child shall move to a preparatory class, that is before class 1 in the primary school, which has an ECE qualified teachers in deployed by rationalizing existing human resources or specially appointed for this purpose. So for educators, learning to be play-based, for preparatory class, focusing on developing cognitive, affective, and psychomotor abilities. And for the parents, midday meal will be provided to the preparatory class students, and regular health checkups and growth monitoring will be conducted. And for the students, children will be school ready. So at the end, I would like to share the point of view of our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. He said the program marks a shift from focusing on what to think to how to think. New policy lays emphasis on inquiry-based, discovery-based, and analyze-based ways to help children learn. He added, there were no major changes in our education system in past few years. It caused our society to encourage herd mentality instead of curiosity and imagination. How can the youth develop critical and innovative ability if there is no passion in our education system? So thank you for being the patient listeners. And one line I will like to share for the ECCE, especially jo pre-primary teachers, they were not getting any kind of recognition in the society, and I hope they will get that kind of a, I mean, they will, the reputation of those teachers, I mean, pre-primary teachers will be improved. I'm not talking about my own institution, but I'm talking about the society. So for that, I would like to share one incident. And one teacher, when of pre-wing, she went to the principal, ma'am, please, आप मुझे वहाँ पे shift कर दीजिए senior wing में. She was unmarried that time, and she said कि ma'am said why? Because you are getting the same salary scale and everything is fine. Said ma'am, जब भी मेरी शादी होने वाली होती है तो कहती है हो आप छोटे बच्चों के टीचर हो तो मतलब कि कोई importance नहीं मिलती है. Or second incident, one I will like to share. One of my teachers, she's still teaching in our school. She said कि when she got married, जब उसकी नई शादी हुई थी, and her mother-in-law, like some guests came, and उनकी mother-in-law ने introduce कराया. She's teaching in Bhavaneshwar Public School. So that guest asked her, ma'am, she said कि ये कौन से subject teach करते हो आप? So then उसकी mother-in-law said, कच्ची पक्की पढ़ाती है. So the कच्ची पक्की पढ़ाती है वाली teacher say, I hope कि this we will come out of all these kind of images, and we will become the special educators, and especially for the pre-primary ECCE specialized, and I hope for that. Thank you so much. And next over to Sarika ma'am, and she'll be briefing you more with the ECCE. Thank you. Over to Sarika.
Namaskar, respected ma'am and everyone present here. And thank you, Meenakshi ma'am, for sharing such good knowledge with us about new education policy and introducing highlights about ECC, that is early childcare education. So with that, I move forward to throw more light on what ECC is and why do we need it. It is a common perception that early childhood education is only about learning basic skills. No, it's more than that. According to the reports, the ECC is aiming to assist brain development at an early age in socio-economically deprived communities across the country. According to the reports, by the year 2030, the policy will determine steps to establish child development activities, care-driven initiative, and educational goals. This notification also stated that the first 6 years, as ma'am also told us, the first 6 years of life are crucial years of human life, since the rate of development in these years is more rapid than any other stage of development. So, and this ECC makes makes a positive contribution to children's long-term development and learning by facilitating and enabling and stimulating environment in these foundational stages of lifelong learning. Now, there is so much we have discussed about ECC. Uh, a question comes to your mind: why ECC? Why it is the need of the hour? Now we need to know why do we need ECC. अब ये बच्चे इतने छोटे होते हैं, these kids are very young, and when you meet them, they are very curious to know every bit of thing they come across, every new thing they come across, they see any new thing, they ask questions, every new word they come across, and they have unlimited questions for every unique experience they go through. ECC is aimed at making the child independent, creating a positive and well-balanced self-image of the child. Now, I will highlight upon main objectives, because हमें objectives पता होने चाहिए कि क्यों हमें ECC चाहिए. What is the reason there is so much change in the education structure? Now, first is fostering socializing skills. Yes, brain development, Supreet ma'am has already said. Very well said, Supreet ma'am. Now, first is socializing skills, fostering socializing skills. As we know, today, in today's world, being social is very, very important. So, ECC helps the child to develop friendship among the same age group. वो आपस में friendship करते हैं. If they will be confined to the classroom walls, वो एक जगह बैठे रहेंगे. But when they will involve in the activity, they will develop friendships that will encourage interactions and helps them to come out of their comfort zones. And most of it, child will overcome shyness. Usually बच्चे कुछ submissive रह जाते हैं. So that is why this is very important. ECC is needed for socializing skills. Next main objective is it promotes holistic development. You all know what is holistic development. अकेली एक development से बच्चे की development नहीं होती है. Only academic part अगर हम develop करते रहेंगे, the child will there will no growth of the child. So all round development is needed. Physical development is also needed, social, and very important of today's world is that is emotional and mental development. That is EQ of a child is very important. Child need to be problem solving in today's world. Now, next objective that we all know in our school we follow also, teaches kids to respect, and that is based on value education. You all know that value education is really need of the hour. आजकल के बच्चे they are very stubborn, they are very pampered. आजकल only child होते हैं, and that is why they are very pampered. They are not taught how to respect. अगर classes के बाहर जाके teachers involve the child in meditation or methodological stories or any kind of yoga sessions, तो इससे the child will definitely learn values. And because इस स्टेज पे बच्चे वही सीखते हैं जो उनको दिखाया जाता है, what they observe. इस स्टेज पे इनकी ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट में उनको जो सिखाया जाएगा that will remain throughout the life. So this is also very important objective of early childhood education. Now next is it develops sharing and teamwork attitude. Now दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आजकल बच्चों की शेयरिंग बहुत कम हो चुकी है, एंड दे टीम वर्क, स्पोर्ट्समैन स्पिरिट, बिकॉज उनको हारना आता ही नहीं है. दे डोंट वांट टू लूज एनीथिंग, एंड कई बार लूज करना भी लाइफ में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. टीचर्स यू मेनी थिंग्स इन लाइफ, बिकॉज हायर स्ट्रगल्स लाइफ की तभी होती हैं व्हेन यू लूज समथिंग ऑल्सो. So it's through ECC projects we can teach students how to learn cooperation, respect others' opinions, and develop listening skills. सुनना बहुत जरूरी है. For example, of a child, if we sports day होते हैं स्कूल में, any kind of competitions are held. If a race competition, for example, it is held in the school, a child may lose in a race or can get a minor bruises, छोटी मोटी चोट लग जाती है. तो we should not we should encourage the child at that time कि ये experiences will help you to overcome greater challenges of life. उस समय उसको हर समय protective shield नहीं देनी बच्चों को. We need to push them hard and to fight for the further challenges of life. And last and the main objective, it is like ECC is a kind of a bridge, I should say. It is a smooth transition from home to ECC to formal schooling. जब बच्चा बिल्कुल पेरेंट्स से छूट कर सेपरेट होकर जब स्कूल आता है, उसके लिए स्कूल एक फियर नहीं होना चाहिए. दे शुड नॉट फियर कि कौन सी फॉर्मल स्कूलिंग में जा रहे हैं जहाँ पढ़ना है, जहाँ पे टीचर्स होंगे, उनको डांटेंगे, ऐसा एटमोसफियर दे शुड नेवर फील. दे शुड फील लाइक होम. तो ECC is a fun based studies, so it will be like a smooth transition. वो formal schooling में जाने से पहले उसके लिए ECC will be a mediator or it will feel like a bridge to them to the formal schooling. So it will help to smoothly transition from home to the formal schooling. Now, it is, I have already highlighted many of the objectives. It is very easy to say these are all the objectives we have to follow in our school. But it is not that easy. It is easy to say, but it is not, it is very challenging. Because जब हम छोटे बच्चों की बात करते हैं, we need working with children. They require we face many challenges for it. Working with children requires patience, dedication, and most of all is sensitivity. A teacher needs to be very empathetic. Because when you teach such students, very toddler students, so they try to keep them up. At times you get so exhausted with them because every time you have to think of certain new things to engage these students. So it can be very challenging, but if you take it as a challenge, if you're passionate to teach a child, it can be extremely rewarding. Rewarding in the sense you will get inner satisfaction. You will really feel that you are contributing something to the life of a child. क्योंकि जो आप सिखा दोगे वो उसको लाइफ थ्रू याद रहेगा. So it is a big challenge. You need to be very empathetic, very sensitive towards these students. This is the biggest challenge. Now, when you decide upon teaching small children, we need to know this thing that they are not like other students. जैसे हम बड़े बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं, उनके टेस्ट लेते हैं, we teach them, we try to impart education. They are not like that. Their needs are different. Their needs are very strong and unique. उनको हर type की new innovative methods चाहिए. So their needs. It is important to understand that you could be one of the first adults a young child has interacted with outside his or own family. अपनी family से हटके वो अगर सबसे पहले adult वो किसी से मिलता है, that is a teacher. So you play a vital role in the life of a student. The separation from their parents in the beginning can be very difficult, and teacher must help them through this transition, because great teachers are adaptable to the emotional reactions of their students. Here the role of a teacher is of a mediator. Now the next challenge which we all face for these toddlers is the teacher needs to be very creative and adaptive. जैसे पहले पढ़ाते आए हैं, जरूरी नहीं कि 2 साल बाद या 4 साल बाद the same methodology will work. No, teacher must think outside their own mature perspective, like they should think कि बच्चे को मोटिवेट कैसे करना है. They are very small, उसको बार बार मोटिवेशन की जरूरत होती है. How do you hold a toddler's interest? उनको उनके इतने मूड स्विंग्स होते हैं छोटे बच्चों के, एट टाइम्स दे वांट स्टोरी टेलिंग सेशन, उनको उसी टाइप की स्टडीज नहीं चाहिए, दे वांट fun at time. You need to adjust according to the child. You need to how to make learning fun for them. This is all what ECC is making all of us to learn. These are all the questions as a teacher you all have to ask yourself, because lessons in early childhood education classes are very hands on. Like at times you need to involve a child in arts and crafts, storytelling, at times physical exercises, games, educational games, and many more things. What extra you can create, you have to create. As a teacher, you need to be very fast on your feet and highly adaptable to the continuously come up with the new ways to guide through these early learning stages. Now, no doubt, it is very challenging for all of us. But in the words of Robert Browning, I would say, our aspirations are our possibilities. अगर हम passionate हैं, if we are aspire to do bring this change in our education system, it is nothing is impossible. We will make it possible. We will overcome these challenges, because the thrust behind this pedagogical reconstructing across all stages is to move away from the traditional rote learning method. जो पुराने methods हैं जिसमें हम सिर्फ learn कराते हैं, उनको सिर्फ समझाते हैं, we have to come out of it and learn for real understanding and learning how to learn, कैसे पढ़ाना है, how to adapt according to the child. And with these challenges, the foremost challenge which is for how to imply these things in school, because agar koi change lana hai, how school will adapt to this change. Now implication for schools, although आजकल हर स्कूल में good infrastructure is there, where we have so many teaching aids, we have so many high tech things, technology is there, but although most private schools have well equipped early childhood units, however they are marred by curriculum overload due to extremely high parental expectations, which schools are unable to resist of fear of losing students. करिकुलम प्रेशर होता है क्योंकि पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो से कि बच्चा सिर्फ खेल के आ गया है, इसने ये नहीं पढ़ा, इसने वो नहीं पढ़ा, बाकी स्कूल्स ये पढ़ाते हैं. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ऑल द schools have to think over it, have to pressurize the students for taking the test or working on the academic, because otherwise they will lose students. But because of this strategy, the children suffer mentally and physically when schools follow conventional pedagogy and make them read and write beyond their natural capacity. A large number of early learners also end up with psychological issues when they fail to match up their unreasonable demands. That is why बच्चों के अंदर इतने mental issues हैं आजकल, because of these pressures. But with this new policy, new education policy of ECC prescribing the play-way approach, the private school will be in a better position now to rationalize the curriculum and introduce pedagogy to remove the pressure. Now, this process is further facilitated by the use of mother tongue and local language as a medium of instruction. Now, I have given lots of factors to know about the ECC. Now, all these factors will go a long way in strengthening the foundation literacy of our young learners. Now, so here we end our webinar. Hope so we were successful in imparting guidelines about early childcare education under National Education Policy 2020. And at the end, my heartiest thanks to you all for being a very good audience and great listeners. Above all, my heartfelt thanks to our respected principal ma'am, who has given us this platform for sharing our views on national education policy, because conducting a webinar is itself a very good experience. It's a very good learning experience. And I'm very thankful to you, ma'am, for giving us this opportunity. We are really privileged for this. And to summarize today's webinar, we have formed, as ma'am has also told, we will definitely ask you questions so that we can also feel our session was quite fruitful. So we have formed a questionnaire for you all in the form of a Google form, which Rahat ma'am will share in the chat box. Kindly fill it.
Yes,
And
ma'am, I'm sharing.
Immediately after this webinar. But before we end, I will hand over this webinar to Meenakshi ma'am, because as she has to say something to you all. Thank you so much. Meenakshi ma'am, Rabia, kindly unmute Meenakshi Sial ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Meenakshi ma'am, unmute yourself.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for so much, you are so patient listeners. Maybe we have muted you all. And the thing is, as ma'am has told you, that you have to fill that form, Google form, and you have to submit, then you will get the marks. And don't worry, we will not share with anyone. We will keep with ourselves. It is just thing that you must have heard properly. Okay, I just want to share something about the new admission. That is, I want to tell you that we have started with the new admission, and that is open for the 21-22 session, because very soon you people must be having PT meets, so there will be a lot of inquiries about the new admission. So I want you should everything. And one thing is, and we have to promote our new venture, that is Ashray also. For the pre-nursery, everyone should know that the age group is 1st August 2017 to 31st July 2018. The child should be between 1st August 2017 to 31st July 2018. And the admission is for pre-nursery in the main school. बट इफ समवन एनी सिबलिंग, अगर आपसे कोई बहन भाई का पूछता है कि मैम हम पिछले साल हम बच्चों को नहीं कर पाए थे, बच्चों को एडमिट नहीं करा पाए थे, वी हैव टू सजेस्ट देम यू कैन एडमिट योर चाइल्ड इन द आश्रय, because Ashray is a co-education school till 2nd standard, pre-nursery, nursery, KG, class 1 and class 2. There will be 5 classes are there, and after 2nd the child will come in our school only. So this is the opportunity. We have to make it like this only. This is an opportunity. Those who miss that opportunity to admit the child in our school, they can admit their school. So suppose even when there is real brother sister case also, जो पिछली बार रह गए थे या कभी भी उनका चांस मिस हो गया था, so they can admit it, because after 7th जो है वो भवंस 2 के बच्चे भी इधर आने वाले हैं. If the child is like in 3rd or 4th or 5th class, then you can ask them to admit in the Bhavans 2. All are going to come in our school. So this is what I wanted to tell you, because come to you only. So being the part of the Bhavans, everyone should know everything. So thank you so very much. And thank you for being patient listener. And now please fill the forms. Thank you, Sarika, and thank you. Special thanks to Ratna and Rabia. They were excellent hosts. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Rahat ma'am and Rabia ma'am, for being a host.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.